Hey everybody, it's early here at my job, and I was going to give you a tour of my office and show you what I've got hanging on the walls and everything like that. And I'll start right here on my filing cabinet, which I've just thrown a bunch of stuff on it, which I've either gotten from conventions or things like that. And, just to kind of liven up the place a little bit, because one thing about it, these beige offices and everything, it gets kind of boring looking at it all day, so I had to give it a little character, a little taste of what I like and all that. So step over here. I've got one of these little posts on the wall, so I've gone ahead and this is a NECA remake of the Part 3 Friday the 13th mask, which I hung right here. Stands out pretty well, and if my door is open and you're walking down the hall, you get a pretty good view of that, which I think freaks out a couple of other workers, but I think it's pretty cool. Step over here onto the top of the filing cabinet, and I've got the good old Darth Vader figure right here. And I think I got that at TJ Maxx several years ago for like $18. It was on a clearance shelf. And it's pretty awesome, and I've had it, like I said, for several years. Got some other things back here, some sideshow figures and still in the box, and this is one of my favorites right here. This is a Gillian Anderson Sideshow X-Files, and you can see there's a picture of my ugly mug and Gillian Anderson from the 2012 Dragon Con convention when she came. And one of the great highlights being an X-Files fan was to meet her. And on the front of that, I got her to sign that while she was there, and great signature. It stands out pretty awesome. Right to the left, being another X-Files guy, like I said, there's the old Fluke Man cold cast, and that's pretty cool. And I've got one sideshow. I'm also a Bond fan, so this is the George Lazenby sideshow figure right here, still in the box. Alright, so that's what's on the shelf, so we'll go up higher, and hopefully the lighting won't be too bad, but that is a signed photo of Brian Steele, who was Samael from the Hellboy movies, and also he was in Hellboy 2 as various characters. And we're going to scan across the top here some other signed Friday the 13th photos. That's Kane Hodder from Part 7, C.J. Graham from Part 6, and this is a signed poster from the 30th anniversary, and that's actually signed by Ari Lehman, who was the very first Jason came out of the water at the end of the movie. Officer Dorff, Ron Milkey, and Adrian King signed it as well. So that's pretty cool, and I got that as part of a promotional thing, pretty much for free. And over here is Derek Mears. Got to meet him a couple of years ago at a convention, and a super nice guy, and he was in the remake of 2009 Friday the 13th, and I believe he's also the Jason on the upcoming Friday the 13th. It's going to come out in 2015 from my knowledge. Alright, over here is just a standard X-Files frame photo that's got some of the cards from the Topps line, I believe. I got that as a freebie on eBay when I purchased a box of the cards, so that was just kind of something kind of cool to get. So we'll move down here. This is the signed photo wall, like I said. This is Ernie Hudson, PJ Souls from Carrie, Cheryl Ladd, Charlie's Angels, Barbara Eden, I Dream of Jeannie, Julian Glover, General Veers from Star Wars. Again, we're going to go back to the Bond girls here. Maud Adams from Octopussy. And that is Tim Rose, who was the puppeteer for Salacious Crumb. And I got one photo, and good old Richard there, who played Admiral Mighty. He died this last year. He was a really nice guy. I got to meet him several years back. And this is a signed photo of Tom Sia, who was the voice. He was the voice in the original Star Wars, I think, as a stormtrooper. You may want to recheck that, but he was the Roger Roger voice of the battle droids. So we're going to move up top. All of these are 4x6 photos that I got. I had printed them up myself, and back when it was easier to get autographs through the mail, All these were gotten through the mail right here. And what I did is when I got them back, I just made a big collage of them. And I'm trying to keep this out of the glare, but these turned out great. I got a nine picture frame here that's got them all posted in it. And just started from the top, that's Dermot Crowley, Kenny Baker, that's Deep Roy, Droopy McCool, James Earl Jones, Jimmy Smits, Matthew Wood, Colin Higgins as the fake wedge is what a lot of people refer to him as. Colin Michael Kitchens, who was the Luxor Droids, that was his voice, and Amy Allen. So we'll move right on over here, and again, I'm sorry about the glare in this office, but Adrian Barbeau, and this photo down here on the bottom is one of my favorite, Frank Eyes. I don't think he even signs through the mail anymore, but very happy to have that signed Yoda photo right there. This photo here is signed by John Voight, and he actually wrote a nice inscription on there. It's from, obviously, Deliverance. Pretty cool. Move up top, that's Karen Allen, and that's from, obviously, Indiana Jones. Then we're going to kind of get into my X-Files signed photo area. Ed Asner. I think that was The Ghost Who Stole Christmas, if I recall. That was the episode. Up top here, that's a signed photo from Mike Gomez from Little Green Men episode. Chris Owens, who was Agent Spender. He was in a lot of episodes, and he did a great job. I'm going to try to cut this light off and see. Yeah, lighting may be a little dim, but hopefully it takes some of the glare off maybe, or maybe not. Patrick Renna. You may recall he was in The Sandlot and a bunch of other movies, but that's a signed photo from his X-Files episode. And can you see that? That's David Lewis. Signed photo. Sonny Surwick. This is Tucker Smallwood right here from the famous Home episode. And right here's a signed photo that was given to me by Leanne Curtis, and she signed it to me and my wife, and that's from 16 Candles. And last but not least, we'll finish up over here on my back wall. Obviously from Alabama, if you can't tell by my accent, but this is some signed memorabilia from the good old alma mater, and that's Gene Stallings' signed program up there. Some older signed photos from various players and coaches, and got to show some Alabama love. It's either Alabama or Auburn down here, obviously, if you didn't know. Finish up with a goal line stand picture there at the top. That's Marty Lyons from the game against Penn State in the late 70s, and then that's a signed photo of Jay Barker and Gene Stallings, and that's I believe that's a picture from the 1994 game, which we came back and won, and that's in the locker room afterward, and I got him to sign that several years ago. So I was going to scan back across the office. This is my office, and like I said, I jazzed it up to kind of, like I said, it's got a little character, I think. I'd like to probably put a few more things up. Most of these frames are fairly inexpensive. I mean, maybe a couple of bucks a piece, so it's not like I spent a fortune. But, you know, during this collecting time, I mean, I've got hundreds of signed photos and other things like that. But anyway, just wanted to share that. So like I said, it's early in the morning here in Alabama. First day of April 2014. But hope you enjoyed this video, and y'all guys take care. We'll see y'all next time.